Hey guys, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 21 chat.
Oh my god, it's episode 37. That means there are three? No. Yes. 3 left.
We're really getting down to it.
Yeah, last time Nicole nominated Holly, or Halls, and Mickey. But
no! Jackson.
But it doesn't matter, so who cares?
It's all about the POV this week. This is really just a formality.
Cliff thinks that Jackson would take him over Halsey. Can you believe Cliff Hog the Third?
Cliff? What are you doing? First of all, Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch to make these deals in the first place thinking there's any chance. But second, to actually believe it? Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's getting really desperate and that's why he made those deals, but like, you really think they're gonna follow through on that? And that's not even the worst of it.
This was so embarrassing because first of all, he thinks that Holly said...
Well, Holly did agree, like, yes, I'll throw the edge.
Right.
I'll throw the veto.
Okay. So, he thinks that she's going to throw the veto.
Mm-hmm.
But then he has the audacity to go to her and say, I don't think it's quite fair that we asked you to do that. So, you could pretend to play, well, you could gun for it, but if you win it, you got to use it on me,
basically,
right?
like, you have our permission to play if you agree to use it on me. If not, we'll just stick to the original deal. Oh my god! Cliff!
I have never heard anything so ridiculous or insane in my life.
I want to root for Cliff and Nicole so bad, but they make it so hard sometimes.
I want to root for Nicole, but Cliff is delusional.
But why was Nicole not like, do you hear yourself? Because I feel like she was a little bit skeptical. But why did she not say, like, what are you doing?
At first, but he just keeps insisting that he's Jackson's toy boy.
I don't know what's going on here.
All right.
Something is not right.
Cliff talks to Jackson, aka Mickey, who wrote that. Not only does Cliff want Mickey to take him to the final 3, he wants him to take him to the final 2. But if Cliff is the one who won the HOH, he said, deal's off. I already have one to take Nicole.
Yeah, it was kind of unclear from their conversation if it was an official final 2 or not, because they were saying, like, I'd love to see us in the final 2, but they didn't say, like, I promise I take you to the final 2.
Yeah.
So Cliff was like, yeah, it's not reciprocal. I want to date other people, but you can only date me. So Jackson was like...
So Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Right?
Jackson was like, well then.
Yeah.
It's just the icing on the cake. On the shit cake.
It really is, isn't it?
There is a turd covered in icing.
It's not even a great icing.
Oh, God.
Alright, so Jackson and Holly have absolutely no plans to honor their deal with Cliff and Nicole.
Hell no!
And they keep rationalizing, like, why they shouldn't have to honor it. And it's getting to be so friggin' tiring because it's obvious that they're doing it.
You guys were never gonna do that anyway.
For the theaters.
Yeah, you guys were never gonna do that anyway. Just own up to it.
Why don't you just own it?
You know, they were never gonna pick Cliff or Nicole over each other. So you really don't have to be like, well, because you thought about breaking your promise, like we decided that ours aren't gonna stay.
Guess what? We don't give a shit. Alright, it's time for the luxury comp.
Okay.
They went around while the house guests were locked up in the HOH room standing.
They're locked down.
Oh. They're standing on some freaking Star Trek type discs, you know, the ones that transport you. I forget what they're called. And they're changing stuff in the house.
Right.
they changed 18 things in the house, unbeknownst to the house guests.
Right.
So they release them into the wild of the house, and they have to go around and say, oh, there's a fish in a net that didn't have a fish in it before.
Some of the things they showed, I was like, holy shit, like, how are they going to notice all these things? But, I mean, like, they've been in this house non-stop.
Yeah.
For 3 months.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess you would notice
especially
a speck of dust in the wrong place.
Without television or anything but the Bible to read.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
They've been staring at these walls for a long time.
And, by the way, it's a luxury comp.
Mm-hmm.
The winner is going to receive no less than $10,000.
Damn! That's a nice prize.
Chunk.
It's a nice prize.
All right, so you only get one guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the first person to ring in gets, you know, it's like right
with
of
the correct
refusal.
answer.
Yeah. So if you rang in first and you got the answer correct, then you win.
Yeah.
But if you rang in second and the first person...
If you have the same answer as somebody but you weren't first, you garbage. You don't get anything.
SOL.
Yeah. And if nobody got the right number, whoever is closest wins.
Okay. So Ovi's there.
He made cookies, guys. It was Corky Romano. Yeah. You guys want some cookies?
Yeah. So this is the order that they rang in. Jackson, Nicole, Holly, Cliff.
Everyone guessed 17 except for Nicole. She guessed 16.
Well, guess what? Nobody was right. But since Jackson was closest...
And he rang in first.
He won.
The answer was 18. Yeah. Whoa, so he won $10,000.
I can buy a lot of Coke. A cola.
Okay.
It's time for the veto comp. And it's going to test all 3 areas of these house guests. Mental, physical, emotional.
Honestly, though, I have some issues with this competition because I feel like it was so...
Simpleton?
Well, yeah, it was so strongly favoring the physical element. Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of cheap. I think it should have been way more mental, way more in-depth, more questions. Like, they only had 3 questions, and they were super easy.
But I have issue.
Okay.
Number 1, it took forever for some people.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2...
it only took forever for like one person, really.
Number 2, nobody knew these questions off the bat.
Well, the thing that made it tricky was, okay, so you get the question, and then you have to knock down the answers that don't apply. So it's like a double negative thing. Right. So they had to deal with that.
Yeah, but that was not an issue for any of them. The big issue
Holly said later on, like, oh, it was confusing me.
It was like Jeopardy when you have to answer in the form of a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were all pretty dumb. If you make a mistake, this was the fun part. You have to reset.
Right.
But it should have been the whole thing.
Yeah, because it was divided into 2 boards.
That was cheap.
Well, if you made a mistake, that would really suck to reset the whole entire thing.
Yeah, that's a punishment. They deserve it.
Well, I was okay with the reset thing, but what bothered me was if they would buzz in incorrectly and you didn't have to reset, so you could just add on from where you were. That, I think, should have been different. I think if you got it wrong, the whole thing should have reset.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reset thing was fine with me. I mean, you could...
I mean, come on. Everybody knows one of the greatest seasons of Big Brother was the one-off, over-the-top season. And the best line of the season was, I left 75% of my hands on that wall, Chrissy.
Oh, Chrissy. Oh, my God. Okay, we were just reminiscing about BBOTT today. But anyway,
so good.
I wish it would have been a little bit more challenging mentally, more of like a puzzle. You know when they have like the whole... questions that could apply to multiple people and you have to like figure out which one is for each specific person. I want to see something like that.
That would have been good.
I feel like they've really shied away from that over the last few years.
I feel like if they had done something like that, they would have been there for days.
I think Nicole and Cliff would have done well in that. I just think it favors the physical too much.
Okay. Well, Nicole did okay. Cliff sucked really bad. Did he need a full day to recover after this?
This was a very difficult competition physically. They're running back and forth to get the balls when they miss or when they make it. They have to use that slingshot. Was it only 3?
Yeah.
Ooh. That slingshot took a lot of strength to use. You really had to get down there. It was hard. And it was like competed. They were doing this in the heat of the day, like midday.
It was individually timed too. So, I guess they had to like be waiting around anticipating or, you know, whatever. But Jackson actually made a lot of mistakes too.
He did.
And Holly, she sucked, so she didn't really have to throw it.
Yeah. So then it was time for results, and Jackson is like freaking out leading up to this. He's praying in the diary room, waiting.
I find that so offensive and ridiculous.
I wouldn't say it's offensive. It just feels inauthentic. I don't know.
Okay.
I just feel like he didn't start doing it until he was
I'm not offended by it. I mean, I think other people who
maybe
take religion seriously would be offended by it.
I just feel like he didn't start doing it. I feel like I said this in the recap the other day too. I don't think he started doing that until he was like, oh, I need to work on my image. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I don't remember him praying in the beginning of the season, right?
No, this is like a recent-ish thing.
Mama said.
Anyway.
Mama said there'd be days like these. All right, so Cliff sucked ass 38 plus minutes.
Cliff.
Holly didn't suck as much.
She was in 3rd place.
17 plus minutes. Nicole, 14 plus minutes.
Ah!
And Mickey, 11 plus minutes.
So Jackson won the final POV of the season, and that means that he will be casting the sole vote to evict this week.
Yes.
Damn.
And Cliff runs over to congratulate Mickey.
He's talking to Nicole and he's like, you know what? We got the final 3, so it's all good.
Don't fret. We got it.
Cliff, no! Oh my god!
Cliff, come on.
Oh my
god.
god.
Do you need your glasses prescription checked or something?
So Jackson goes off to cry on his own. He's like, oh my god, I did.
Cry and pray. Eat, love. He's gonna do it all.
I made it to final 3 with Halls.
I made it, Mama. We did it. Alright. Cliff honestly thinks Jackson will honor the deal. I mean, he says Jackson's done a lot of shit in this house, but
I gotta give it
his word.
I gotta give it to the editing team here to juxtapose Cliff being delusional against Jackson and Holly celebrating going to the final 3. That was something.
Cliff thinks he's a cockroach, that he's gonna survive, but the decon's coming for you, Cliff.
Yeah.
You're gonna get sprayed with the cockroach stuff.
Did Brett go out 4th too, or did he go out 5th? Or not
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't even know.
Does it matter?
I don't know.
So tomorrow, the jury house, the wild jury house.
Yo, we gotta get a lot of jury house footage here because there's been shit going on this week in the real house.
Do you think they have a jury house stool?
Oh, I don't even want to know what's been happening in the jury house, actually.
House stool's name Nick?
No!
Yup.
No!
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, we'll see what we get tomorrow. I can't even imagine, and I don't want to imagine the debauchery that's happening in that jury house. Okay, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments, and
till then,
much love.